It is a call of duty, defending their country.
We were living day by day.
Deployed into danger.
When you've looked in someone's eyes and you can see that they want to kill you.
But their enemies follow them beyond the battlefield.
Things that happen that you don't really want to talk about to anyone.
A growing number of soldiers are waging a much more private war, invisibly wounded, battered with scars you can't see.
You lock all those emotions and anger in a cage, and the cage popped open and wasn't able to get the animal back in the cage.
A retired Army officer, Karmin McKay, served his country for years, but it's come with a bigger sacrifice, one he wasn't prepared for.
The fear, the shame, the revulsion, the anger, all boiled up into once, and it was just overwhelming. And I just melted down.
And it's influencing his ability to be a father to his little boy, and his marriage is feeling the impacts too. Recovery seems hopeless. But finding a way to heal is coming from the most unlikely of places.
You know, considering I don't like horses, it's going to be interesting.
A ranch in Rocky Mountain House is home to a very different form of therapy, specifically designed for veterans dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder.
I see people wanting to sit in the corner, facing the exit so they can get out quickly if they need to. And so you have people who haven't relaxed since before the trauma, and that could have been 10, 15 years ago. So they're hypervigilant and they're exhausted.
This intensive 3-day course is for soldiers and their spouses.
All sorts of things that happen in a marriage relationship are echoed, in a sense, in the horse arena.
And once they see what their self-destructive behavior is doing to their lives and to their families, it is profound.
When they come home and the kids hear the front door open, the kids are running for cover. The spouse is running for cover, and the guys don't realize that. They think they're being calm, cool, and relaxed. And when they see this, it makes a connection that that's how they're treating their families.
And that's when breakthroughs are possible.
As if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would have called baloney.
Karmin had an awakening. The horses showed him the value of communicating in a different way.
Oh, it's huge. You see the smile on my wife's face.
Working with the horses has been a very rich experience for him. And I know this is going to help us in our family and our relationship.
And they both see the potential of how it can repair Karmin's relationship with his son.
Spend 15 minutes of my time trying to get it, communicating with a horse. My son at least deserves that same amount of time. And I wouldn't have said this a week ago.
And he knows now this is a journey worth taking.
Yeah, you can take the army out of the guy if you work at it.
Jill Croteau, Global News.
Obviously, Jill, a powerful program. How difficult is it to get these veterans to sign up for it?
Well, you know, that is bar none the biggest challenge of all. I mean, you've got these soldiers and they have this hardened exterior. They are designed to be authoritative. They don't want to be seen as weak. So if they have this mental disorder, suffering from a form of depression, they say that that is quite honestly, the biggest degradation you can say to somebody in a uniform is to call them weak. And that is how some people perceive post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, one of the more remarkable things that I heard one of the veterans say to me is he said, you know what, I would have rather come home with no limbs. Wow. Like he would have had, he said at least that would have been a physical way of proving to people, hey, I'm hurting. But he says, with your mind, he says, you just can't explain that to people. So a lot of times, people, they honestly, they don't know this program exists, and they don't know what to do with it. So a lot of times, the wives are calling this place saying, I think my husband is sort of in this struggle, and he would be suitable for this program. So that's kind of how the steps get there.
Now, are they getting support? Do the veterans have to pay for this?
No, it is totally free to them, which is just more encouraging to them, make it easier for them to sign up for it. They just only recently got support from Veterans Affairs, a national program called Wounded Warriors, nonprofit, totally helps fund this program. But they want more recognition. Again, this is sort of old school behavior. A lot of people don't want to admit that post-traumatic stress disorder is affecting our soldiers, and quite frankly, it's killing them. So this is one way that they're sort of trying to bridge the gap and say, we are here, we welcome you, and what have you got to lose? A lot of these guys have tried antidepressants, psychologists, counseling, marriage therapy. Nothing has worked. And, you know, like I say, like they say, what have you got to lose? And they have everything to gain.
Fantastic.
It's a remarkable program. Thank you for bringing it to light.
It's been my pleasure.